Let's face it guys, Tom Ford is one of the coolest designer houses out there. The brand represents exclusivity, luxury and creativity. Let's explore their top 5 fragrances from the male perspective. Class is in session.
The way you smell can make as much of an impression, if not more, than the way you look. I'm Tom Ford, and these are my 3 rules of fragrance.
At number 5, we have Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. The genius behind the Tom Ford house is that they modernize old school concepts. Vetiver is traditionally a very earthy, masculine, rugged scent. It definitely reminds you of old school fragrances. But now this is modernized, got a nice sharp grapefruit at the top. It dries down to some white florals, to the vetiver, and to some wood. So overall it's very balanced, has a bit of sweetness from amber. It lasts a good amount of time, about 8 hours, whilst having a soft projection, meaning this is really good for an office scent. It's probably one of the best, cleanest fragrances you can wear. So very mature, very professional, hence why I'm wearing this shirt.
Rule 1, perfect your method. Every time I see that silly thing of spraying the fragrance in the air and then moving through it, I laugh.
At number 4, we have Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. The thing that stands out about this fragrance is that it has the Indian dessert kulfi as a note in here. Now, I've never tried that. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is. According to Wikipedia, kulfi is a frozen dairy dessert originating in the Indian subcontinent in the 16th century. It is often described as traditional Indian ice cream. So it's kind of like having an exotic ice cream note in here. And it definitely makes this smell like a gourmand. It smells edible, super sexy, super sweet. It's a very dense fragrance that lasts on your skin again 8 hours and again with soft projection. This is definitely a head turner, but one that doesn't scream for attention.
My method is to wear a lot of fragrance. Many people think that you should apply fragrance lightly. Why? If you have a scent that you love, why not be generous with it?
Number 3, Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. This took Tuscan leather and made it more mainstream friendly. This is a very accessible leather scent. It doesn't have a lot of complexity in here. It has some freshness in the opening, probably from some white floral, some jasmine. It's meant to be a unisex fragrance, but then the leather that comes out from this is super smoky, rugged. I think this is a very masculine scent. You'll get 8 hours with this fragrance and a medium amount of projection. A super sexy bad boy leather jacket fragrance, or just for anyone who likes leather scents in general. I think this could probably be worn all year round. Just make sure you adjust your sprays depending on the environment.
I also spray different fragrances on at different times of the day. And I always spray on a bit of fragrance before I go to bed. I find it enormously relaxing after a tough day.
Number 2, Tom Ford's Bo Du Jour. Again, another fragrance taken from the private line, made mainstream. Similar to Grey Vetiver, this is genius. This is modernized barbershop fragrances, which are very traditional, shaving foam, old school soapy scents. But instead of smelling outdated, this has a very bright and also sweet nature to it. It's very soapy and clean, but then it's sweet from amber, meaning that this is very well balanced. It lasts 12 hours on you with a moderate amount of projection, but it fills up the room initially. This is a head turner. This just gets me a ton of compliments. Everyone notices you with this. I think for this fragrance, you do need to dress up well. So something like this shirt would go perfectly with it. It is a linear scent, so you really have to like this fragrance to purchase it. It is that fragrance for the whole 12 hours of its duration. So bear that in mind.
Rule 2, choose your intensity. Even a small drop of eau de parfum can offer intense fragrance.
Before we get to number 1, guys, I do want to mention 2 honorable mentions. Tom Ford's Black Orchid, mainly a chocolate, rose, and patchouli scent. Beautiful blend, really creative, excellent fragrance. But for me, even though it's unisex, I feel it's a little bit too feminine for my liking. I still think it is unisex overall, but I'm the kind of guy who likes really smoky, animalic fragrances. As well as that, I would mention Tobacco Vanille as well, which I don't have a bottle of because I'm broke, but it is an excellent private blend scent. A lot of people like it, say that's their favorite scent. I like it, but maybe not one of my favorite. There's definitely way too many Tom Ford fragrances to choose from to make a top 5. This is a difficult list. And number 1, Tom Ford's Oud Wood. This is probably their most iconic fragrance. Oud Wood is a very woody fragrance. It's not just got oud, but it uses other types of wood in here to create a very earthy, masculine scent initially. It's very animalic in a way, but it's still pleasant. They made oud mainstream here and really accessible. And then it becomes more soft, sensual, and more of a raw, sexy second skin as it dries down. There's some sweetness from vanilla and amber. I think this is definitely worth the money. Excellent blend. It's not as strong as it used to be. It has been reformulated, but I'm still getting about 8 hours with a moderate amount of projection, which is still good for me. Number 1, Oud Wood.
Rule 3, play to your mood. I like to keep a selection of fragrances for different moods. A rich, woody scent like my private blend Fougère Platine gives me confidence and makes me feel assured. For summer vacations, I choose a lighter citrus fragrance, such as Mandarino di Amalfi. And when I'm feeling fabulous, well, I've got a fragrance for that too.
Thank you for watching, guys. I know there's going to be plenty of you who disagree with this list, so let us know in the comments down below which fragrances should be on here. We'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.